Hey, hey. Oh,
Okay, that was good.
see,
That was
yeah,
very
that
good.
was good, isn't it? I've got to change my own thing. My mods have left me. Mods, do the updates for me, if you please. Please and some thank yous. Um, Andy, thank you so much for waiting.
Thank you.
I just had to get that like dub. I don't know if you saw, but I just won a game. I don't know if you saw that. Did you
No,
see?
I was here. I was here very patiently waiting.
Waiting, going, this is annoying. Love it. Well,
I just don't understand anything about the game. That's all.
it's a
There's a
bit.
lot of shooting. That's what I know.
It was a lot of shit. Well, I didn't do any shooting, but there was a lot of shooting. Um, Andy. So what I've been doing, I don't know if you caught it earlier. It's
Mm.
basically I picked three of my favorite streamers, and I'm interviewing them. I'm asking some stuff about their life, um, stuff about who's behind the streamer. We talked a little bit with Phil about technology
Mm.
and community and all that kind of stuff. Um, Basically, the conversation will go wherever it leads as we talk. Um,
Mm.
but it has to begin with the most obvious question, really, which is who is Andrea?
Um. Well. Yes, my name is Andrea. Even though I never say my real name
Am
live.
I in
I'm.
trouble?
Well, no, because like I don't think it really matters. I just try to keep my life a bit private, but it's like it's not a topic that comes out in my streams. It's
Mm,
always
mm.
like Andy this, Andy that. Um, but yes, my name is Andrea. I am Portuguese, but I'm living in Denmark. Uh, what else could I tell you guys?
Yeah, that's it. What do you want? Because I appreciate there's for some well we could maybe even talk about that at some point. But I remember when you first started streaming, you didn't have a camera at all, and actually
Yeah.
you got a lot of grief for that. And you did it in your own time, which I think I got a lot of respect for.
Mm.
Um, but I guess for you there is that sense of privacy, personal life, and how much you want people to know.
I guess it's fine. It's just that it's not like it comes out like a lot. As long as like you don't ask for like a phone number or street address or something like that. That
Yeah,
kind of privacy.
yeah, no, for sure. I experienced that with a certain someone in the chat who did one of the interviews for that radio thing I did, the BBC article thing.
Mm.
And I was like, he wants your number. The guy who organises all the reports for the BBC News,
Okay.
and he was like, no. He was like, he can have some abstract email address that nobody ever uses. He is not having personal access to me. And I thought, fair enough. And that's really interesting. I think maybe it's because of my line of work and my life is sort of everyone feels like they own a piece of me. I forget actually that privacy matters
Yeah, yeah. And
and
like I'm not expecting like to get phone calls or get a bunch of people out in my door asking for autographs or anything like that. But it's just like to keep that part like separate and
mm,
just focus on this person that's streaming.
yeah, that's cool. So who is this person that's streaming then? Okay, so she's Portuguese. Her name's Andrea, and you've got to say it with an accent, otherwise you say it wrong. Um,
I do have an accent.
no, I try and say Andrea, don't I? I try and say it.
Oh,
I try and
yes.
roll my tongue, which is really hard for me because I'm a Bristolian.
Well,
So,
I mean, it's okay.
and you're
No one
embarrassingly,
really gets my name right anyway. So
I try, but you're embarrassingly good at multi-language, right? You speak,
I like to think so.
is it 3 or 4 languages you speak?
3.
3 languages, and I speak barely one. So that's pretty good, isn't it? That's pretty impressive.
Well, at least you have the British accent that convinces everyone. So
Yeah, that's true. My British accent makes people think, oh, he must be a little bit intelligent.
yeah.
Um, and then I fall out and I fall back into my West Country accent, and people hear that and they think, hold on a minute, who's this guy over here? Who's this joker? Yeah, okay, cool. All right, well, Andy, what got you into streaming then? I've always thought that's quite interesting. What got you into streaming?
Well, I actually wanted to do YouTube videos, like I don't know, 6, 7 years ago.
Oh wow.
But yeah, but I didn't know how to start it,
Hmm.
and I know I wanted to do something about playing video games. Um, but I also didn't have the time for it. So I just eventually gave up on it. And it was actually my husband who pushed me into streaming. And he told me that the best way would be on Twitch and not on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh,
So
that's
he's the
cool.
one to blame for all of this.
He's the wise one, is he? He's the wise
Yeah,
one. So yeah, that's interesting. So he definitely right early on said don't go down the YouTube line.
yeah.
So how have you found the journey then? So if like people in the chat are maybe they're thinking about streaming or they're early doors streaming, like what's the journey been like, the streaming journey?
Well, next month is gonna be 1 year since I've been streaming.
Mm.
And I definitely learned a lot. What I was mostly concerned about was that people were going to bully me because I was a girl.
Mm. Mm.
That's why, like, I also didn't have a camera, and there was a lot of people who, because of the name Andy, they thought I was a guy, and I didn't mind that. So, but like, I actually I think I was very blessed with the community that I have, like the people that came in my streams that got to know me, because I didn't get that many bad people on the streams,
Mm.
uh, and they just motivated me to keep on going, either just being in chat or like subscribing or following, something like that. They're just kind words that motivate me.
Yeah. Oh no, that's
Yeah,
cool. That's good.
yeah. But I mean, it is a bit difficult when you start streaming because um, first of all, I don't speak or I didn't speak that much when I was playing games. I was just very quiet and just thinking by myself what to do next. And I know that when you start streaming, one of the best things that you can do to get people to get more interested in your streams is to just talk about what you're doing and what you're thinking about doing and what happened in your day, because people might relate to it, and it's like, oh, I kind of like hearing what she has to say. I'm gonna write something here, or I'm just gonna stay here and listen to what she has to say because it sounds kind of interesting. So that would be one of the things that would be most important when you start streaming. Just talk about stuff. Because eventually, when your community starts growing, then it's not just going to be, hi, hello, how are you? Good, how are you? Good.
Mm.
And that's it.
Mm.
Then you actually start talking to people about their lives and getting to know them.
Mm. Mm. So you're saying then that it is relationships that you're building. You're not just trying to get people to sit and watch you.
Yeah,
You want to be part of a group of friends. You want it to be more than just consumers, I guess.
yeah. Of course, like in the beginning, it was like, oh, I want to get a lot of viewers, get very popular, and blah blah blah. But it's very difficult to have 100 people in your stream, and just trying to play the game and look at the chat and trying to give everyone enough attention.
Mm.
Because that's what I want. I want people to come in and feel that they've been heard, they've been seen. um, so sometimes I have to stop the game and actually have a talk with people, because they're going through something or they actually just need to
Mm.
talk, and I
Yeah,
need to
yeah,
pay
yeah.
attention to this. Otherwise, I'm just reading,
Mm.
and I don't feel like I'm connecting with people that way. And that's why I felt like after some time that it is nice to get people to come into your stream bit by bit, like not get a bunch of people in right away,
Yeah.
just bit by bit, because then you actually get to know them. You actually get to know their names, and like what's going on in their lives.
That's so good. Yeah. Sorry, I was just thinking about that. So how does that work? How do you think? So this is one thing I've been trying to work out. As you know, I was saying to Phil, like, so I'm a vicar basically. I'm not a vicar. I'm a trainee vicar, but the way people see me is they think of me as a vicar, and and a priest is for some people it's a familiar word. For a lot of people it isn't. And then a curate again is another abstract word. For me, I do this because I want to be in a. The word I love is an old Christian word, really. It's incarnational, as you know. It's that Jesus coming and being amongst us, being in the world, being part of the world. For me, like, I just want to be. I'm a gamer. I love gaming. I love people, and I love Jesus, and I want to kind of find a way to throw them all together. And for me, it's really interesting, that idea of people coming into the chat, and you're not just playing games with them. You're not just, you know, sort of toying around with that sort of like surface level relationships. There's this sort of thing that does happen, isn't there, where you go deeper with people.
Yeah.
Like, relationships seem to be more than superficial, and there's this real space and potential for something actually physical to grow amongst a group of people through this medium of us being a bunch of geeks who love gaming and quirky stuff and Lego and all that kind of stuff that we do. And
Yeah.
I think like I'm trying to work out, and I don't know what you think about this. I'm trying to work out. There's a point in time where the community sort of warrants that sort of like the real us is meeting in some way, like not just social online. And I'm still trying to work that side of it out. I think, like, what would it mean for us to continue to do? What does the next level of community growth and development, not in size of big numbers of people, but in size of quality of relationship, what does that look like for us as Twitch streamers? What do you think about that? Sorry, that might have been a bit heavy and very fast.
No. Thank you so much for the question. I love it. It's just like it's difficult to process.
People say that
I'm
about
not
me a lot.
sure. No, but thank you. Like it's good that you're like that, asking those questions, because like then you make my brain think. I don't know. I don't think I've ever thought that far ahead.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I have met some people like in person that are part of my community, and it was very exciting. I have only met one, but I talked to a few of them outside of stream. But it's all, I think it's all about like if you feel good about that person, that like you feel that you can trust that person, then it's okay. And I felt that almost immediately with the person that I met in real life. I don't know. It's difficult. Yeah. I mean, in my head, it's just people are coming in. They talk about their lives if they want. They say what they want. As long as it's nice, of course. And you get to know them as much as you can, because you also have your life outside of stream. But I would like to believe that people who come in my streams, they can be open about their lives and they can just share what they have to share, and they will be welcome into a community who has gone through the same things and is compassionate, and they will feel welcome. And that's what I want to build. That's what I think I have.
Yeah, I think so too. I think you've got, so in your Discord particularly, you have lots of sort of like meme orientated and like food and coffee and sort of those things, sharing our day, and for us both over the last year. I don't know when my year is actually. I think I might have had it, but it won't be far behind or after yours.
No, I don't think so.
And one of the things that I suppose that is great in your Discord is there is that sort of sense of people who were locked away, and you guys had a very different experience of the pandemic to us in terms of lockdowns and you know, restrictions and things. Is that people could share their mundane life somewhere. You know, people could share the day in day out stuff, the making coffee, the making food, the pictures of dogs, you know, and cats and walks and nature and yeah, no, I think you're definitely building that. You should be really encouraged, Andy. I think that your community is obviously that space, and I notice people, because I've been kind of hanging out in your chats for a long time, as you know, and I'm sure you believe that as well, because I pipe up and say random stuff quite a lot. But one thing I noticed, I've noticed a couple of people that I think that early days actually they've changed because they've been part of your community. Like they've said some of those grating things, those classic comments that you get, oh flipping heck, and actually they're still around and really positive parts of your community, I think. So not necessarily big parts, but they're there still, and they're still involved and dropping messages and chatting and in the chat. And I think actually that's a really positive example of how you are doing that, creating a community space that people can just be, and in that's quite a unique one because it's people growing through the community gathering. So people growing together is really cool. And I think that's something that I want to harness really. Like I've you know, well, the funny thing with you, Andy, was when you know, you said you were looking for someone to marry you guys, and everything in me wanted to be that. You know, you asked, and I was like, "There's there's legal reasons why I can't do it, but I reckon I can work around those. There's a pandemic, I think I can work around those."
Officiate.
Yeah, I know.
The legal stuff comes afterwards.
I know, it was the UK side of it that was just the law of it, and I was just like, I think I could still get around it for those very reasons, but then I couldn't literally leave the country. I was like, well, that's that then. But that would have been an amazing moment for us both, and for,
can you believe it? It would be so cool.
Yeah, it would have been a real privilege, and to be able to see how you know, this is a legitimate space where people are gathering together and of all walks of life, and you know, and like it's something as a classic Christian line of, you know, there are thin places in life where, you know, heaven meets earth, and actually I think there are thin places in life where Twitch meets earth, and I kind of want to find more of those spots, and I think we definitely need to hang out when it's easier, do the TwitchCon thing or something, and have a little like.
Oh, that would be so cool.
We could be like the Renford Rejects. We could all have a little crew. Jono would be there, I know that for sure. And Flad would be there. Coffee would be there. We'd have great fun. Raybam, I'm sure, would be there.
Yes.
And
don't know how it's going to be in real life because I don't know about you, but I'm a bit introverted in real life.
Yeah.
Like in my corner.
Yeah, that's really interesting. So do you get tired after streaming? Quite tired?
Well, it depends on how many hours I've been streaming, because sometimes I can be really crazy and go 8 hours straight streaming. But then again, when it's a really good game and you're so deep into it, it's like just one more quest.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so good.
But yeah, I do get quite tired sometimes. Yes.
Yeah. What did Coffee do? You didn't do anything, Coffee. And hey, Jono, I do see you in the chat, buddy. But I don't want to stop the mid flow or interrupt Andy. That's so funny. And you also invited me to an audio chat, Jono. I'm a bit busy right now. That's so good. What about because your year's been crazy, hasn't it? Yeah, I don't think you meant to, Jono, but it's all good. Your year's been crazy. I mean, yeah, pandemic. Because am I right? Are you graphic design, or there's definitely some artistic side to you that?
I do believe I have an artistic side. But yeah, I did study graphic design for 1 year in Lisbon.
Mm.
Yeah. So I never got the opportunity to work professionally,
Mm-hmm.
but it helps to know a bit of this and that,
Mm.
especially when you have to do some stuff about your streams. So
Mm. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah. I can concur with that. It does make a big difference, doesn't it, when you can just go,
yeah.
oh, I know what's going on here, or I need to put this out. Yeah,
Mm.
but so there's those sort of things that you have this creative outlet. You have Twitch. We've had a pandemic, but and you got married as well, right? So
Yep.
you've had it a bit of a year. Like how has so hubby encouraged you and said don't go YouTube, go Twitch, and that's been a really good meal. Is hubby still encouraging you? Does he still feel like Twitch is the one for you, or does he want you over on YouTube now, like doing your
No, no,
shorts?
no. He definitely supports me and encourages me, and like he's very patient. So and I've been unemployed like for more than 1.5 year.
Mm,
So uh I've dedicated myself to Twitch, and he said like it's fine, don't worry about it, just this is what you love, and I
yeah,
see that you have lots of fun. uh like I see how you behave towards it, and you seem very happy doing it, so just continue doing what you're doing and don't
yeah.
worry about it. So that's very important.
Yeah, massively so. Yeah, no, that's really encouraging, isn't it, to have the backing. And actually, if you know, okay, not been working 3.5, that can be really demoralizing, can't it? But actually, you've created a thing that is taking up all your time and is completely
Mm,
worth your time. You're
yeah.
developing a relationship with a bunch of people. You're having lots of fun doing creative things, and gaming is a real. We are gamers, and it's a real
Yes.
world. So actually, why the heck not? Like, I've got friends who build games and all that, and that's really niche in our market. The rest of us geeks are just loving playing them, and
Mm.
finding ways to interact with others through them. So no, that's cool. Yeah, I don't ever be hard on yourself on that. I think you're doing an amazing thing by putting your energy and time into that. It's really cool. Yeah, one thing I think that you will uniquely be able to speak on that my other guests won't is, and you picked it up right at the start. So it was not using the camera and being a woman. Okay,
Mm.
I don't think people quite appreciate it, like seriously appreciate that is a thing. Like as a bloke, I get annoyed by it when I see it on Twitch, or on when I see it on like TikTok videos, the sort of crap that women go through. And actually, not just women, people who don't want to be defined in binary terms, and people who, at their genetic, and feeling and biological things aren't as clear cut as that, and we've got these very narrow worldly parameters, haven't we? So I can't fully convey what it feels like or how annoying that stuff is, as
Mm.
much as I empathize with it. But like, I find it really interesting. Have you found it? Have you particularly come across it? And what is that about, like for you?
Like being a woman streamer.
Yeah, and that being somehow not just like you know no different to being a bloke streamer or a.
Like I think there was like a very narrow-minded general idea about women or girls, females playing games. Uh, but I don't think there's not so much that idea is like right now. It's not so much like if you see a girl who plays games, then they're not gonna make fun of you. They're actually gonna be like, wow, okay, that's quite
Mm,
impressive. That's cool. Um, because that's what I've been like when I say to people that I like to play games, they don't make fun of me. I
mm,
don't. don't know if I ever got that. I think it was more like people were impressed, but I don't think like, or at least slowly, people are getting more accustomed to that. Um, but yeah, I think that unfortunately there are some women who take advantage of that because some people think that it's very attractive that a woman plays games, because if you're a man who plays games, then you have a wife who plays games as well, then there's something in common and you can play together, help each other, whatever. um but I think there are some women who take advantage of it, and I mean, I think we've seen some things here on Twitch as well, um
Yeah.
about that. Yeah, so
Are we
but
referring to certain hot tubs?
yeah, yeah. Or very little clothing or something.
Or licking mics?
Yeah. 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 Oh God.
So
But
that's not for you then? Are you saying that's not your kind of bag, Andy? You're not planning
no,
hot tub
no. Like
mic licking streams anytime soon?
I even take care, like if I'm wearing something in the house that has a bit of cleavage and I'm gonna stream and I'm like, okay, people are definitely gonna see something over here. Time to put on my hoodie. So, like, I want people to pay attention to what I'm saying, what the game's about, not the girls, not the rest. So,
Not Sheila Morose. It's not about
yeah,
them.
exactly.
Oh, that's really interesting. Yeah, I think that must be a
Yeah.
really hard line to walk, though, isn't it? Because at the same time, like, you shouldn't ever feel. I think you shouldn't ever feel like you have to. Right, and I know you're not saying this because you're wanting, like you say, you're wanting people to actually hear your words and see your gameplay and enjoy your community. But I think there is a tragedy there, isn't there? And I understand a bit of the kickback that actually women shouldn't have to dress to appease my weaknesses as a man, if you see what I mean. Like,
Yes.
and I do think that that's really unfair. That yeah, that the bias is always it still is in society, isn't it? The bias is on women to budge to a cater for a weakness essentially in a man, that they can't just see a woman as a person and value them regardless, you know.
Yeah.
So it's a hard one, isn't it? Because whilst it says, so you have the freedom to wear what you like, do what you like, but you also know that you live in a world where people are broken, and you don't want them to miss out on the. Yeah. So that's a really interesting, really hard one. To
Yeah, and I just think it damages the image of women who like to play games and who are doing this online, uh, because like when you think of a woman who streams, then they're gonna put on like lots of makeup and sexier outfit, I think, and like
it's where I'm going wrong.
a big, like on you have the screen, and then most of the screen is the camera pointing at you
Cheers for the
a little
follow,
bit
you
lower, and then
absolute
a
legend.
tiny
Let's get a beer
monitor or
sometime, yeah?
screen with the game going on in the back, and then it's like, are you playing the game or what is this?
They need to
And
flip it, yeah.
yeah, I just think it's so sad that in order to become someone or become famous, you have to go through that, and I don't think that's the way to go. I think the way to get followers and to be respected is to show who you are, and then you'll have equal-minded people in your community.
Yeah, no, that's really good. That's really good. Andy, that's so cool. That's some good stuff there. So I just aware of time, it's getting late. And I realise that you're near midnight, aren't you? Is it nearly midnight
Yes.
your side? So
6 minutes to
6 minutes to midnight. So I guess what is your what code do you live by? So let's I'll find a little chat around that. What's your I use the word raison d'etre, which is reason of existence. Like, what's your code of life?
I think it would be simplicity is key.
Mm.
Yeah. even though like my mind goes places everywhere and I'm always stressed about everything. But I always try to go as simple as I can,
I like
not to
that.
overcomplicate stuff.
That's cool. Very Desert Fathers. You know, simplicity is key. Get rid of all the excess. Just find a rhythm and walk it and be faithful to it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love that.
those are good words.
They are good words, yeah. They're somebody else's.
Well,
Every good word. This is one thing I think we forget as
you
human
said this
beings.
before
Yeah, probably.
on the stream, yeah.
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah.
So yeah.
Probably. I think that's the big lie, isn't it? That we're original. We're not original. We recreate.
No.
We're creative. We're born and we were made, in my opinion. You know, we were created. All set in motion by a creative God, and therefore we are creative. But a lot of our creativity is how we reinvent the wheel.
Like you have internet is there, so you're not creative anymore.
Yeah. It's the truth is out. Yeah, it's all a scandal.
Or like you're not original anymore. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah. Oh, Carpe's just chucked in Carpe Diem, which means seize the day. Yeah, for sure. Love that. And that ties in really well with the little shorter interview I did earlier with Ali and John about their son and about seizing each day as a gift. Well, Andy, any final words of wisdom or thoughts or things you want to say to chat before we say goodbye and you go to bed?
Words of wisdom. So many things. Yeah, just don't overcomplicate things. Make lists. Don't trust your brain. Always write everything down. That's one thing that I always say to myself.
Put a pen. Write everything down. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, amazing. Oh, thanks so much, Andy. It's been cool hanging out.
You.
No,
Yeah.
it's been cool hanging out. We'll do this again, and we still need to actually play some games together, don't we?
We do.
Maybe I should jump on your Minecraft stuff. I don't know if you saw earlier. I suffered Minecraft with my children.
I saw.
I
Those
just
poor kids.
them, poor them,
Yeah.
poor me. Although I was massively impressed with their creativity and my
Yes.
daughter's train roller coaster was insane.
I love the riddles.
Oh yeah, they were fun, weren't they? They'd like done all sorts of
Yeah.
like challenges, and then they like chucked me in a thing and dropped a loads of zombies on me and things. But other than that, it was great fun. Yeah, no. But okay, well we need to work out what we're gonna play next.
No problem.
But for
Just
now,
next
yeah, we'll do. Yeah, but for now, Andy, thank you so much for hanging out with
Yes.
me. Thank you. God bless. All right, catch you soon.
Bye.
Bye.